Welcome back to Healthier Daily. I'm Dr. Ben Carter. I want you to think about your medicine cabinet. For most people over 60, it's a symbol of responsibility of control over your health. But what if I told you that inside that cabinet, among the familiar bottles, lies a silent conspiracy against your brain? What if the very pill you religiously take every day to protect your heart could be the one that triggers a catastrophic stroke while you sleep? This is not a hypothetical scenario. This is a medical reality I see every week. A patient is rushed in their life, shattered in an instant, and their family says, "But how he took his pills every day. He did everything right." The terrifying truth is that sometimes doing what we think is right is the most dangerous thing of all. A single pill taken at the wrong time or in the wrong combination can ignite a chemical civil war inside your body. You go to sleep trusting the science in that little bottle only to have it betray you before sunrise. To help us navigate this incredible danger, it is my deepest honor to welcome a man who is not just a doctor, but a living legend of medicine. He has practiced and taught for over 70 years, and at an age of over 100, he is the living embodiment of the health and wisdom we all seek. Please welcome the remarkable Dr. Shigeaki Hinahara.
Thank you, Dr. Carter, for your kind words. The fear you describe is real because the danger is hidden in our own routines. We must understand that when it comes to medication after the age of 60, safety is not found in a single pill, but in the perfect balance of a structure. I call this the medication triangle of brain safety. It has three sides, three pillars, that must all be strong: the right pill, the right time, and the right combination. When even one side of this triangle weakens, the entire structure of your health can collapse without warning.
That is a brilliant and crucial framework. Today, we are going to walk you through each of the three sides of that triangle. We will give you the knowledge you need to inspect your own routine, identify the hidden cracks, and fortify your own triangle of safety. This might be one of the most important health discussions we've ever had. To begin, we want to know who is on this journey with us. Please type the number 1 in the comments below if you take at least one prescription medication each day, and let us know what state or country you're joining us from. And if you're new to our channel, please take a moment to subscribe. The information we share here is designed to protect you. Now let's examine the first side of our triangle, ensuring you are taking the right pill. The first side of our triangle, and the very first question you must ask is, am I taking the right pill? This seems simple, but many people, especially those over 60, are unknowingly taking common over-the-counter pills that are fundamentally wrong for their aging bodies. Let's start with two of the biggest culprits: common pain relievers and daily aspirin.
There is a critical distinction people must learn. It is the difference between a tool and a crutch. In the hands of a skilled doctor who understands your body, a pill can be a life-saving tool. But when we grab that same pill ourselves out of habit or based on old advice, it becomes a dangerous crutch we lean on without understanding the weakness it is creating elsewhere.
That is a perfect description for the first category: non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs. These are drugs like ibuprofen and naproxen found in every pharmacy and grocery store. They are incredibly effective for pain, but they are not benign, especially for seniors. Here's the science NSAIDs work by blocking chemical messengers in your body called prostaglandins. While this reduces pain and inflammation, it has a dangerous side effect. Certain prostaglandins are essential for keeping the blood vessels that lead to your kidneys wide open. When you block them, those vessels can constrict. This reduces the kidney's ability to filter out salt and water, causing your body to retain fluid. More fluid means more volume in your bloodstream, which directly leads to higher blood pressure. For a senior whose arteries are already stiffer, this medication-induced blood pressure spike is a primary under-recognized trigger for stroke. The second and perhaps more misunderstood wrong pill is daily aspirin. For decades, we were told a daily low-dose aspirin protects the heart. And for people who have already had a stroke or heart attack caused by a clot, this can be true. But for many healthy seniors, taking it to prevent a first event, what we call primary prevention, it can be a ticking time bomb. To understand why, you must know there are two main types of stroke. An ischemic stroke. The most common kind is caused by a clot blocking a blood vessel in the brain. A hemorrhagic stroke is caused by a blood vessel bleeding out into the brain. Aspirin works by making your blood less likely to clot. While you're taking it hoping to prevent an ischemic stroke, you are simultaneously and dramatically increasing your risk of a hemorrhagic stroke. The delicate paper-thin blood vessels in an aging brain can rupture more easily, and if your blood is too thin to seal that leak, the result is a catastrophic brain bleed. This is why major medical guidelines have changed, now advising against routine aspirin use for primary prevention in most older adults. Taking the right pill means understanding both sides of the coin. So we've established that the first side of our triangle is taking the right pill. But even the most perfect medication is useless or even dangerous if it's not active in your body when you need it most. This brings us to the second crucial side of the triangle, taking your pill at the right time.
This is where we must learn to respect the body's natural rhythms. The body is like a beautiful, complex symphony with rising and falling notes throughout the day and night. A medication must be played at the right moment to be in harmony with this symphony. If it is played at the wrong time, it creates discord instead of healing.
That is a perfect way to describe it. Most people don't know this, but your body has a natural built-in alarm clock. To prepare you to wake up and face the day, your body begins to release certain hormones in the very early morning. This causes your blood pressure to naturally begin rising between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. For a senior with already stiff or narrowed arteries this morning, surge is the period of maximum vulnerability. It's the time of day when most strokes occur. Now imagine your doctor prescribed you a blood pressure medication meant to protect you for a full 24 hours. But last night you were tired and forgot to take your evening dose. By the time 4 a.m. rolls around, the protective effect of the previous day's pill has worn off. You are left completely defenseless during the most dangerous hours of the day. It's like firing your security guard right before the time of night when break-ins are most common. Taking that pill on a consistent schedule isn't just a suggestion, it is your shield. This problem is made even worse by another common timing mistake, not drinking a full glass of water with your morning medications. When you wake up, you are naturally dehydrated. Your blood is thicker after a long night without fluids, more like syrup than water. If you just take a small sip to swallow your pills, you are forcing your heart to pump that thick blood right as your blood pressure is naturally beginning to spike. On top of that, the pill may not dissolve or absorb correctly without enough water, sometimes causing irritation or simply not working as it should. The right time also means the right routine, and that routine must always begin with a full 8-ounce glass of water. Remembering to take medications on time every single day can be a challenge. We'd love for our community to help each other. Do you use a pill organizer, an alarm on your phone, or another special tip that helps you remember? Please share your ideas in the comments below. You might help someone avoid a dangerous mistake. We have now fortified two sides of our medication triangle, taking the right pill and at the right time. But even if you do those two things perfectly, the entire structure can collapse if the third side is weak. This is perhaps the most complex and overlooked side of all, ensuring you are using the right combination. This is about how all the pills, supplements, and even foods you consume interact with one another. Dr. Hinahara, I know you've seen the tragic consequences when this side of the triangle breaks.
Yes, this is the side that requires the most wisdom, and its collapse is the one that brings the most sorrow, because the harm is so often done with the best of intentions. It reminds me of a patient I will never forget. He was a retired history professor, a brilliant and meticulous man who prided himself on his research. After his retirement, he applied that same research skill to his own health. His doctor had him on a standard medication for his blood pressure, but the professor in his reading learned that ginkgo biloba was said to be good for memory and that turmeric could help with his mild joint inflammation. He thought, they are natural, they are just herbs. What harm could they do? So he added them to his daily routine. On nights when his mind was too active to rest, he would take a common over-the-counter sleep aid. He was in his own mind building a fortress of health. But he was building it without consulting his architect. One morning, his daughter found him collapsed in his study, surrounded by his beloved books. He had suffered a major life-altering stroke. All his careful research had not prevented it. It had, in fact, contributed to it. His fortress had collapsed from within.
That is a devastating story, and it is a perfect illustration of the dangers of creating your own chemical combinations. Let's unpack what happened to the professor, because his well-meaning mistakes are so common. First, the supplements. He was right, both ginkgo and turmeric have health benefits. But ginkgo biloba also has a mild blood-thinning effect. When you combine that with other medications, you can create an unpredictable effect on your body's ability to clot. Second, and more importantly, is how these supplements interact in the liver. Think of your liver as a busy highway with only a few lanes for traffic. Every pill and supplement you take is a car that needs to use that highway to be processed. When the professor added turmeric and ginkgo to his daily prescription, he essentially caused a massive traffic jam. The liver couldn't process everything efficiently. This can cause some medications to build up to toxic levels, while others aren't processed enough to work at all. And finally, the sleep aid he took on occasion. As we've discussed, these pills can reduce your breathing rate at night, lowering the oxygen level to a brain that was already in a stressed state from the medication traffic jam and unpredictable blood clotting factors. His medication triangle didn't just have one crack, it was being attacked on all three sides at once. He wasn't taking the right pill for his total situation at the right time or in the right combination. His story is a heartbreaking lesson that natural does not always mean safe, and more is not always better. Today, we have built and inspected the three sides of the medication triangle of brain safety. We've learned that effective stroke prevention over 60 requires more than just swallowing a pill. It requires asking if it's the right pill, like understanding the link between aspirin and stroke. It requires taking it at the right time for proper blood pressure management. And it demands we understand the right combination to avoid the immense polypharmacy risks and be aware of all potential medication side effects. This knowledge is your most powerful defense.
The story of the professor teaches us a final profound lesson. He was a brilliant man who had immense knowledge, but he lacked a partner in his care. He did not share the full story of what he was taking with his doctor. Your doctor is not just a person who writes prescriptions. They are your co-pilot on your health journey. The most important ingredient in any health plan is not found in a bottle. It is found in the honest, open conversation between you and the person you have entrusted with your care. Do not try to fly the plane alone.
A perfect and vital message. Dr. Hinohara, on behalf of everyone watching, thank you for your wisdom. And to our Healthier Daily community, thank you for taking the time to invest in your health today. If this information was valuable to you, please like this video and share it with a loved one. It could make all the difference. And if you have not subscribed already, we invite you to do so to continue receiving this essential knowledge. Now, for our final question, after reviewing your own medication triangle, what is one action you will take this week to make it stronger? Will you review your supplements, schedule a medication review with your doctor, or set a new alarm? Share your commitment in the comments below. Before you go, we ask that you please listen to this carefully. The information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have seen here. Always consult your physician or pharmacist regarding your specific medications and health conditions. I'm Dr. Ben Carter. Be well, and we'll see you next time.